Big part of that is their ARs right now. The AR duo has bounced back, especially Super in stage 2. I felt like he really got comfortable on this title. But yeah, you would hope it turns into more Ws. But I think a big part is, again, who they played. Like, it's just going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't, though, happen much. I mean, if you're outselling at Hardpoint, I'd say 90% of the time you probably should win.
All right.
That was a stat for years. It was yeah, if you outslayed Hardpoint, it was like around 90%, like 85 to 90% for like a long time.
I'd like to know what that first NKD is. That could be like a 1.05.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I bet it is something around that.
Yeah. But it sort of tells you, like, I don't know, the skills there. The playmaking sometimes are there. Kills not coming at the right time. Potentially, we've talked a lot about teams' patience and their ability to really make sure they're working as a 4-man unit on some of the collapses and pinches when trying to break a hard point. We'll keep an eye on that for Heretics and see how they're able to do. But, all right. Nice start for Heretics. P2 here. Trakes is piecing. Trakes will get 3 after his teammate softens 1 up and now in position to chain these 2 together. Nice here so far from Heretics.
Yeah, I mean, you want this forward pressure because you have no trophies early on. Trakes on 5 in a row. And yeah, I mean, these guys are going to come off stun, throw a stun, throw a nade, so you can sort of catch them in that action. That's when you find those freebies. Super with a nice reposition. Everybody up for Miami. Could be a strong start here for them.
You said how he's been really coming into his own, or at least within this title. Yeah. Within this title, he's been terrific. It's all headshots through on the feed for Heretics as they are just lining it up and they are putting them down. This is one of those sequences where you are outslaying and, well, you've turned this into a nice little lead. Up 50, you've only left 13 points to G2. We have seen a lot of these starts on like all the maps in Hardpoint for various teams, if not all teams. Sometimes it's survived the opening blow. When it's your turn to answer, you need to, but man, these guys are shooting.
Yeah, that was a big kill right there because, I mean, you would have had nobody on the hill for Miami, allowed G2 to come off a spawn. Krempto gets gunned. Rentor now on plane heady, in control. A chance to put 3 hard points in a row to kind of do what you just talked about. As Rentor's on 5 in a row, they'd be very close in this hellstorm.
See if he can earn it. Stunned up and has coverage. Looking to the back, trying to get shots in towards that green window. He'll give it up and he'll get dropped. Skies will get multiple. No streak will come in, I don't believe, for Heretics. Finally, a positive moment for G2, but definitely in a bit of a hole. But this 3 to 4 is where you're really going to have your opportunity if you're G2. If there's a break and flip that comes here right now for Miami, or in the next like 10 to 15 seconds, it could get ugly.
No, this is, yeah, big time, as you said. Big transition period for G2, and they're able to find 3 kills. Rentor the last one alive, already up to 10. In the lobby. 10 seconds left. Speaking of 10s, is we're going to head towards that P4, and you will have a lot of forward momentum, right? So you give this up, you only leave 1 towards play, and that's going to allow Miami Heretics to move up the map, and you see where those players spawn. So an early break attempt here for Heretics, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Immediate pressure, as you said. Crimp, slow start, but, well, trying to find something. Not able to, but his teammates coming up with some kills, and then they're not. That'll be the break. Still, though, with the close spawns out mid-map, G2 reinforcing this pretty much immediately because you haven't been able to get anyone pushed out for Heretics. It's been scrapping it up for both sides, so you're still spawning really close.
Well, you were saying that, and I was about to compliment Estriel for his life because that's what he has to do there. Stall so they cannot push forward. He's able to find 2. They come off a spawn, and then everyone just dies. So that was a great chance for Minnesota due to the Estriel play. Instead, it is Heretics running away with this game. Heretics up 100. Let's go to listening with Miami.
Vamos a fondo, vamos a fondo.
Ya, estoy yendo por verde.
Ah, por el todavía. Tiro piñón verde.
Ahí por verde, ¿vale?
A lo mejor.
Verde arriba, ¿creen muerto?
Yo no sé rápido, yo rápido.
Otro más con.
No lo he visto. Vamos a la vuelta.
Vamos para el fondo, vamos para el fondo.
Sí.
Fondo 2, fondo 2. Voy a venir por barco, ¿vale? Hay alguien coge.
Venid verde, venid verde. ¿Viene? 1, 2, 3. Fondo mamá muerto.
Vamos, chaval. Coge y toca. Fondo toca. Es el último. Algo toco. Hay que limpiar el barco.
Viene uno barco. De cara a P5-1. Te vas flancando verde. Tú, ahí conmigo. Vale, te
ahí va abajo el P3.
Tip izquierda conmigo. No veo. Tip izquierda una bala.
Go heavy.
Va verde, no lo veo.
¿Qué hago? ¿Qué hago? Vale, falta Con y verde entonces.
Nice. Tío piña, para verde, creen. Tocado. Te vas a echar por la derecha arriba verde. No, mírate el con.
Yo no lo veo.
No lo veo. Voy a abrir
el punto.
Otro más punto.
Otro más punto.
Voy a abrir izquierda. Vale, buscamos a uno, Derecha, voy a dejar la derecha, ¿vale? Uno de izquierda, de izquierda.
Muerto.
Bloquea todo. Ya te he pushado, Nico. Arriba.
Voy a mirar la derecha, ¿vale?
Arriba verde, esquí tocado.
Ahí tenéis pedo, ¿no?
No sé,
Ahí espalda, está por la de antes. Muerto.
Bloquea.
Estoy bloqueando y tengo el pincho, ¿vale? Tengo tocado.
Te puedo ayudar. Punto, verde,
Arriba azul y pues muro, arriba azul.
Voy a la vuelta.
Ya, Ana 100 barco. Ana 100 barco. Voy a rapear por derecha yo,
Aguanta, Nico.
Still, significant lead here for Heretics. The struggles for Skies and Crimp continue. Crimp, we know how dominant he can be on Den. On Colossus, right here, not really finding a flow, but he can be one of the ultimate X factors. We'll see if he can turn it on. But despite that, I mean, you were down about 100. You've brought this within about 30 points if you get the remainder of this time at P1. Due to Rancor's position and getting pinch, well, kind of shut down from that top green window. You're not in the best position going into next. You should have a very good spot if you are Miami, but still, I was like, a solid stretch from G2.
Yeah, this is a big moment though, right? You kind of see they didn't know exactly where they were spawning. You had both players in Rentor and Trace looking at both sides, and Rentor is going to be the first one to die. So now you have this split opportunity for G2 to potentially lead to a break, but Super somehow finds the double pistol out. And while that should buy enough space for Heretics to at least contest this, but Trump is on.
Trace and Super were the guys that I think went kind of nuts at the first P2. Oh, okay, well, that is just a snap and a half from Rancor. Yeah, Mamba just got deleted. You found a decent amount of kills here for G2, but you really haven't been able to get Heretics out of the hard point or really contest much of this time. That will be your moment that you can. That'll be 3 dead, a big break moment. Is it felt like all that work you've done if you're G2 had sort of started to disappear.
Yeah, they gotta find Rentor here. Estra does a good job pinching because he wanted to flip them and spawn them out, and he does that. But now the issue is one actually spawned up there, just wasn't able to find them. So Rentor wins that, allows them to find the rest of the players on rotation for G2 to set them up at this P3. Like, if you're able to chain those together for G2, yeah, momentum flips. But is that one little spawn out there for Rentor?
You still have Super just like lurking mid-map.
Yeah, Mamba's behind him.
So I don't think he realized one got through at all. This is going to be a very, very, very frustrating moment. And that is on Super. I have to watch that back and see exactly how he got through. But that's the exact play. He's trying to make sure it doesn't happen mid-map. And it looked like he was getting eyes toward White Wall because they lost a player. Like that was that first opener. But it felt like the trust was there that he would have had that angle.
Yeah, I mean, just timing-wise, I don't know.
Yeah.
It must have been odd. But yeah, that cross happens, and then Mamba's able to lead to the break. Plus, you hold blue side. You haven't earned a ton of this time if you are G2, but you're still controlling the side of the map that you want. You would think the kills going to come your way. But it's been all about the trades. And while nobody on the time, you can already see Estriel Kremp thinking about repositioning.
They'll back it up. G2 have done a good job staying in this game, giving themselves a chance to maybe clutch up late. They have been the clutch guys lately when you talk about map 5s and in series, but we'll see if one getting through is going to be the difference here. Let's pay attention to the minimap bottom left and see where the spawns come in. Trace, if he gets one there, it could be huge with the influence for spawns, but not able to get one. So now back to step 1 for Heretics as they try to break it through the bottom side.
Yeah, I mean, that's just good comms there from G2, just knowing who they're tracking. Like, yo, he might be in the back, so they fled once they get 3 dead. But it may not matter, because a couple of seconds later, and then Miami, they're able to find a break. But this is what's so tough about this hill, when you don't have forward pressure. I mean, there's just so many routes you can take.
Nice.
But Metals finds the kills on the hill. And, well, the time, the objective, that is what wins you Hardpoint.
And it feels like, yeah, Metals sometimes, it's like you don't want to put it on him, but you have these ARs that put up numbers the way they play. Like when he's around even, I feel like you're winning hard points like a lot of the time. Like if he's just right around that ballpark at 0.9 to an even, I swear these guys are taking maps. And they're close to it here. Just have to not fumble the bag late as Metals keeps it rolling. And now they look for an opener towards this P5. 2 through the backside of it. Super probably in trouble. Nice tracking there as the guy goes over the top, but you'll still have numbers. G2 in a good spot. Now they'll be spawning them out exactly where they want them.
Yeah, Tremp has forward control. Just trying to slow them down, not allow nades to land. Trophies are still here for G2, so this is a good chunk of time. Right, you really have not a lot of forward pressure outside of Rentor, but the nade's going to connect sooner or later. But still, Estriel is alive, should still get the close spawns, but the flood is in.
It's like G2 now have to win this fight and flip them out and rotate.
Well, they may not need to.
Okay, or they're going to have a split spawn that comes in, but the problem is still the time. You can win this right now if you're Heretics. So you have to contest I say if G2 were like up over the 200 point mark and Heretics couldn't win it here, you'd have some options, but due to the scoreline and the time remaining, you don't have a whole hell of a lot of options. They can't win it here anymore. They'll get to what, 248, but only 2 ticks needed as we get back to mid-map. And Heretics have just held this like 50 to 80 point lead pretty much the entire game. But they had, the entire game.
No, I think you've had your chances if you were G2, but the slaying is just not there. They've gotten broken a couple of times too easily, especially at the P4s. Those really stand out. But we're not quite done yet. You really have to take the routes if you are Heretics. You see the control that G2 have. Mama's all the way pushed up back green. He does get taken down. This could be on a trim. Watching the pinch. Well, he's going to let his teammate die, but he's got his back.
Hold up. We've had some wild ones here on Scar.
Oh, it happens.
It absolutely does.
It's usually due to this, right? You were just pinned top left.
They've got them pinned where they want them, but can they execute everywhere they need to? Rancor able to find one every single life. So valuable. Anytime Heretics are going to take... We'll see if the circus continues, but G2 try to strike back. Skies will have the big stick out, and we'll see what he can find. His resurgence this year, obviously a big point of G2 and their success, but as he doesn't like what he sees the sniper, he switches to an AR. Well, that's because they want to get a little more aggressive behind this.
And if anyone's listening as a dev, he should not be able to do that 15 seconds into the round. Switch classes to potentially snipe somebody. Doesn't see anyone with the scope on the cross, but doesn't matter. Has the AR now because he's got the double. Normally in the past, it was about 5 seconds where you could do class switches. And that is the reason why.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the exact timing back in the day, but I was like, it wasn't that long.
No.
If anyone's listening, thank you. Trakes. See if you can pull off the 1v3. Gonna be tough. Gonna be real tough. Not even a chance. He is barely there.
By 1.
I'm at 2 across both players. So yeah,
true.
One on each. Heretics opportunity now, bomb in hand, and Trakes.
I'm playing for mid, right? I mean, you're playing for mid control right now. No trophies, but he does get away. Has flak on. You can already see Trakes and Metals controlling mid cube. So G2 going to have to retake. Just watch number 1 with Mamba. His timings could decide the round.
Well, his timing, sometimes casted, they do decide the round. They're brilliant, or they're not. Oh, okay, well, he was getting help, but that's straight headshot. Just rips Metals.
Oh, and they have a smoke.
Smoke off, going to make the Heretics players panic a bit. Sky's just going to leap on through it. It's Trakes by himself again in a 1 versus 3.
He gets out,
decides to check it. Gets out. He's got to walk away with a kill or 2. Not able to get anything in a wacky round there. Honestly, Mamba's win.
No, yeah, I mean, that starts. Yeah, and a lot of the times on this map, it really does come down to first bloods, right? Because you're just starting the domino effect, and so far, the first bloods over towards G2.
Well, going to be another one. Oh, or we're going to trade. Never mind.
But it does count. Sky's first blood. It counted.
Okay. But so just seeing the extra, I was like, that's the first blood. He's not missing this. Nice reaction from Super. At least get himself one. Estriel is yet to drop. Gets the call forward. Metals is weak in Kishin, and he'll just push that out. Numbers again to Heretics. Or sorry, numbers again to G2. I was gonna say, someone's holding that. It was Rancor deep inside basketball, just gets popped. Trakes can find themselves a nice run here in this map too. Super right to it with the snipe. Nothing for him to see yet. Pretty aggressive over towards B apartment side. That's Crimp that's gotten pushed up. That's a lot of info right now for the G2 side. You got a pretty good amount of space though. If you're Metals, and now working up towards Laundrius, looks like it might just be an A retake. But this retake's gonna be coming from just about everywhere, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you just slow this pace down, but G2 are pretty much saying, all right, we'll do off the A bomb. We're just gonna play for this. So let's see what they do, how they're gonna set this up, and well, that's gonna help. Didn't realize that. Yeah, Hellstorm inbound here from Estral. Everybody, probably inside of Laundry, outside of Rancor.
Okay, well, Skies knows they're all getting funneled in there, but he's going to get dropped. Can you tuck it in the window? Yeah. Can you get it in there? Not going to happen. They'll all survive inside of Laundry and try to fan out as quickly as they can. Metals, while he fans out, gets his head absolutely plucked. Trakes able to bring it back.
Now it's just time.
2v2.
Yeah, they had to hunt down Rencor. I mean, it took forever. Rencor somehow got through Art. They knew he was there from that.
I want a stat. Someone to prove me wrong. That
well, the small missiles, the problem is that when you cluster it, the small missiles get eaten by trophies, right? Which is probably shouldn't be a thing. And then, yeah, it just takes forever.
What do you mean? With technology that we have, you don't think a trophy could eat a missile, Joe?
Not sure.
I could eat 3 triple cheeseburgers.
You're right. That's very comparative.
Yeah.
Not a missile expert, though.
Not a missile expert. Cheeseburger expert. That I am. Another first blood, though, for G2 as they look to capitalize here and wrap it out towards A. Looking on the long flank is going to be Skies. He's out of the play completely because they've all grouped up and they're battling this over towards Laundry. That's a massive one, though. Crimp needed.
I mean, just the first bloods. It's got to be 5-0. 4-0? 4-1?
Maybe 4-1? Yeah. It's lopsided.
Oh, yeah, 4-1 just the Hellstorm. Hellstorm round.
Yes. Super backing it up. He feels the heat. It's because the pressure is forward on A. So where they played like an A retake, now it's the B retake play. And well, pressure to Super to avoid the hunt. The Wolfpack is coming from him. He needs to get 1. Instead, he gets 2. Leads to a team kill, and he gets a kill. Doesn't really need the 3rd. He has done his work. Estriel, the lone man now. He's had himself a map at 9-2, but this would be a, what, 1v4?
Yeah, and a diffuse.
That looked a little bit better.
Yeah.
That looked a little bit better. Okay, so Heretics round by round, gnawing their way back into this. Estriel worried about the mid-map aggression, plays it perfectly. Metals just sends it and gets dropped, hoping to trade it out, but can't get the angle in time. And now Trakes, he might get snuffed out as well. I thought he was going to, but as Super gets a pick, I think Skies changes his mind on how he wants to play this.
Well, I think Trakes does too. Yeah, both players kind of backed away because now it's a 3 versus 3, but we're going to move forward. They're like, all right, we're going. Trying to catch them. Mamba's out of the play for now, trying to get to Estriel, and Estriel's just playing his life, trying to buy as much time as he can. Mamba, where are you?
I was going to say, someone going to kill this guy. Here's Mamba. Papa Mamba. 1v2 opportunity. And this is a massive round. You win this, Heretics right back in it with a chance. I mean, Mamba's thinking, not on my watch.
They're both like, ah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the wheels kind of came
Let's reconvene.
Estriel on 11. His numbers look crazy with the rest of the lobby.
Yeah.
Well, Trakes picked.
I mean, where's that even from? That's from Spawn? I mean, that's the NYSL special right there.
That's what they say about Skies. He has incredible arm strength.
No, he does. Yeah, I've seen his biceps.
Big boy.
But, I mean, just the nades.
Well, listen, you've been getting blooded a lot, but you've still been able to walk away with some rounds. You're going to have to do it again here. Mamba's like, I got the AR advantage. I'll back up and repeat this, but still confidence there to rip him off the heady. Super. Maybe an opportunity to bring him back, but Rancor's going to be in a world of trouble. He's going to get slammed. All on Super now, 1 versus 3. A much needed round for G2 as things felt like they started to slip away. Hello. I thought it was all that. That brought me back to like Halo days or CS days. Just, I don't know what happens in this game too, but just lining it up, tossing it. Beautiful.
Right at the tip of the tree. I'm writing that one down.
Yeah, right. You just got to know where your feet are, dude. Cremp in trouble trying to get this stretched and planted. Nade keeping him alive. Super does find a snipe. His teammates find another, a much needed first blood. 3 versus 2. Crimp's gonna go hunting. Oh, well, Super clotheslines him right after he gets the kill. Estriel last alive. Trump.
Guy's just a difference maker.
TJ's dungeon. And you're doing this, like Metals is having some struggles. He's 1-8. He hasn't been able to find any like openings early. But you're still in this fight. He had a solid map 1. Can you get off a bomb? That was so awkward. I'm like, can you please get down, sir? But he's like the best bait in the world. And his teammate comes up with the kills. Rancor and Metals get one. That looks so awkward.
No, I think he got stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, get down, sir. Round 11. Ding dong. Super hits a snipe. Oh, you gotta hit that one.
Yeah, I mean, he has the read.
Oh.
It's a dry shoulder too, so.
Oh.
He wants it back.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
That's just a shot at a pro level. You got to hit that. You got to hit that in round 11. Just that omni movement online special, maybe. I don't know. They're trying to take the pressure to crimp deep. Come on, a little bit more. This time I'm gonna hit it. 4 straight for Super. Metals, he's been struggling, but maybe he can be huge here in this final round. Gotta get one. Oh, sweet Jebediah. At least Super's able to get a kill. Super's a psychopath. This is 2 versus 2. Super's got to get out of this.
Yeah, Rentor, though, he's been lurking this entire time, and he was able to reflank Mamba, so it gives him a little bit of a relief.
I was panicking during that sequence because Metals, like, that gave me, like, simp in that Colossus round panic. You're shooting between 2 players.
Yeah, he got the bullets in at least, right? Allows Super to get one. Skies is left in a 1 versus 2 with, like, 25 seconds left, but, yeah, they were so down. They're just reinforced instantly. Like, you cannot get it out of your base. It is very difficult.
Sure, was that ever the thing in like Control where you were spawning out that far? Like if your offense, like think about that. Like think how insane that would have been.
Everything would have had to be blocked.
If you got pushed up towards offense and you're suddenly spawning out like mid-map to reinforce, like I'm sure we had some maps that were crazy, but yeah. Heretics look to close and get to 3-3. Yeah, and if they get a win here, things get even more interesting. Like just around that, what, 6 through 10 or in that ballpark, like you're gonna have a lot of teams right around 3 wins. And sometimes this ends up being the, you know, you have these long sequences where it's just this fight around EMP control, fight, it stalls out. But once one team gets moving, the floodgates can open up. Skies wants to avoid the nades, hope he has a little bit of teammate forward pressure. I thought that, honestly, he sees hit his shots there. He probably, his help was a little delayed, but he had the movement there to get the kill.
Well, he's got one of the better pistols, I feel like, so maybe he was just off right there.
Yeah,
he feels like he couldn't get the flow of it.
Yeah.
Well, the trigger finger just not in shape right now. He's got to get warmed up still.
Yeah, it may not have mattered, but
I think he hits that one.
He caught the slide on him. That should have been a kill. This pistol's insane. 90 seconds in, pretty much still about the mid-map control. Advantage now to G2, and they're just going to take it in this 2-on-2 and try to go quickly.
Ooh.
Skies gets one with the pistol, but that'll be it.
Needs one more bullet there.
Yeah, one more. Maybe that turns into a score, but you still got them pinned in for a minute. This one-on-one top side could be crucial. Nice trade out onto Ranker. Thankfully, you had somebody mid-cut to pick that up because I thought he might get in behind enemy lines and disrupt any flow. But as you trade that out, the rest of your team wins every single gunfight pushing forward, and that'll be score number 1, barring an insane nade. Nades a little off. Might not have mattered, though. That one was getting flushed through.
And they already spawned in the motel, right? So you're kind of setting up yourself for this chain. This is exactly what you want. There is one player's boats. That's going to be Metals. He's going to have to deal with Mamba off a spawn or the player working the EMP. They're able to find those kills, and they need to find Metals and trade him. And, well, it's just the timing. As soon as Estriel picks up EMP, that is when Mamba gets taken down. So just beautiful play out of Metals.
You still have 2 in green.
I feel like they've had this the entire time.
Yeah, it's like 2-2 split for G2. It's like if we win it on both sides, we are going to score. The second you lose one player in green, there's another one there to reinforce it. This green window has been basically G2's control. Finally, you clear that out. EMP, though, still a threat. Skies, pistol, can't lay him out. Rancor wins the fight.
These mid-map fights, though, Miami just have not been able to really get past the 50-yard line. I mean, since the get-go. Well, Mamba and Estriel having themselves a map. And yeah, I think it's just been, there's always been 1 or 2 players from G2 sort of just stopping any progression.
How different has this been versus our 2 overloads today, though?
Yeah.
Like, well, our 1 scar, sorry. Our 1 scar today, like, it was mostly all the scoring found on the other side. Second one gets flushed through for G2. Brilliant job here, but yeah. It felt like it's been fighting out of blue for the most part. It's been the difficulty today. Not the case right now.
No, they've given them no room on the top side of the map.
And part of that could just be, I mean, look at the slang.
Yep.
I mean, it's just been, you're what? Negative 10 or so already through the first half. Nothing that crazy. But there's not that many kills really right now, so it's pretty significant.
There's a big chance, though. You already have Super all the way pushed up. You're trying to get across, and well, you're able to. No stuns connect, but you still have Estriel in the back.
Oh no!
He's still alive, but is that enough time? He's able to find the double. Super doing massive.
Super clutches up and gets the score through. He's on 6 straight, and while the slang difference I talked about is disappearing rapidly due to this stretch from Super, can you get through another one of these final 45? Everybody coming off spawn right now for G2. They're pinned in outside of the number 3 on the map. That's Estriel. Estriel trying to get a big one. He's able to stop the EMP carrier. Will that be enough? It will not, because the rest of his teammates slam everybody on G2, and quickly we are tied. Now we're back to what we saw a lot of today, and Super still streaking. All garments ripped off. He's doing laps.
I mean, this is what he's just been staying alive. He has taken their house over.
While streaking.
Yeah, he's trying to. Yo, yeah, that would be a crazy sight. Horrifying. Nobody wants that in their house.
Just yelling comms in Spanish, spreading through your house. What was that? Why is he naked?
Just only a headset on, just going crazy. Top right, it was a 13 spree from 3 players on Heretics.
Yeah. No, I think I said they were getting outslayed by 10, and after that, it wasn't 10 anymore.
Even though, like, the time of possessions, like, crazy to me. Just what felt like it was such a G2 half.
Crep looking to eat early, but it's Metals that's finding everybody right up the gut. There'll be several down for G2, so pretty quick there'll be pressure here from Heretics, and pretty quick that pressure will be dropped. A little just kind of staggered there. You had 2 just out ahead, maybe hoping they could find a timing or an opening to get in position for Heretics, but those guys get chopped down. Now you have a couple spawning out, taking a route for G2 to wrap all the way through. Yeah, 1 through mid cut all the way back towards your white wall as well.
Mama's just trying to find something. He doesn't find anything, though. You just played inside a deli if you were Heretics. Because it had one of those spawns we were talking about. 3 of them spawned white wall, but that allowed them to get in a deli, but Sky's able to find a double to slow things down and hopefully get his team out.
This is relatively similar to like the first half, at least, with no one able to get a ton of control and strike early, but that changed quickly, and now might be the chance that it does. You have several down for G2.
Metals is pinching.
Metals, as you said, pitching. He'll get into top green, and Metals is just going to lay in the damage. He stays alive as well. That's a score for Heretics, and Metals is beaming with the AR in hand. He might be 14 and 21, but my man is popping off here in this second half.
Big kill on Mama too, and he's going to fight. He is doing everything right now. At times, the pinch top green perfectly. Then he plays his life up there, finds all the kills, gets the big one so they can chain 2 together. Everyone has to back.
Yeah, they be careful of a counter here, though.
Yeah, they have to go quickly.
They better get back.
Might just be Metals.
Metals is going to get caught. Or sorry, Rancor is going to get caught.
You don't grab this if you're Mama and go?
I thought for sure they were going to grab this and go.
I thought for sure. I mean, he's just playing for the kills, and I mean, Tremp's pushed up. That has to be a miscom.
Maybe he just doesn't realize that no one wrapped back for Heretics. I don't know. I mean, they just kept spawn killing for the most part.
Yeah. So a bit of an wasted opportunity there for G2, and now you lose complete map control, plus you have missiles spawning on your face.
Is that just like an unorthodox kind of play from Heretics that G2 didn't expect?
No, I think you're just not on the same page there for G2. Maybe Mamba's thinking I have to play for 1 more, like I'm going to get pinched deli side, then I can go.
Well, they were getting outslayed. That is not the case anymore. Heretics start to win a ton of fights. 5-2. They have erupted in this second half. We're back to mid-map, but what a sequence this has been from Heretics.
This is going to be your 1 chance. They don't get the EMP carrier. You do have another Hellstorm, but it's going to be wasted. This will let you hopefully get mid-map control. Rentor's already out, so you're spawning them back green once again.
Look at him flying forward. Rancor's just...
You spawn them all towards like plane, though. He's got to be careful here. And they're going to read this due to their spawns. Yeah, he goes on such a route that he blocks the back spawn. So maybe a chance if Mamba and Trem can find a lot of kills.
That did not play out how you expected it to. Another chance for G2. Can they get within 1? With 90 to go. Trakes, massive gunny there. And Super gets 1 as well, so that'll stall out that push. Heretics just got to play the possession game, keep away. Can't really turtle up here, but you can try and get another. How many streaks do they have? I mean, dude, they went from getting outslayed by 10 to like outslayed by 15. Wait, what? No, literally, what is it now? Okay, maybe not 15, but like
they're outslaying.
Yeah, no, they absolutely are.
Well, they just went on such a big spree. All of them.
No, they did. They did from like the end of the first half into the second half. And yeah, you just kind of parking it a little bit here over towards Motel. Right, go try to like win some fights on the opposite side, buy some time. This is your moment to go. You have to send it if you're G2. Unfortunately, you're sending it to players just locked up on headies, and Super, what a great bit of finesse there. Pop up, peekaboo, laying you out. Still a 2-score advantage with 45 to go.
And this is what we talked about with this guy, right? We didn't see a ton of this from Super in stage 1. But stage 2, that my man has been frying in the respawns, doing it in the search and destroy with the sniper. Super is back.
And this has been a it's been a clutch. Dude, he is silky smooth.
He's taking every chow.
And 16, not missing a bullet. And why not put another one through? Up 3, 20 to go. Mathematically impossible at this point. Miami Heretics. It's a tight series. It is a close one, but it is a 3-0 nonetheless, and one that they really needed because, yeah, you played the really hard part of your schedule. Now it's starting to soften up a bit, but G2, honestly, one of the tougher matchups you have remaining. The fact you're able to